Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody is comfortable and warm in their homes and, saying prayers for the Ukrainian people. God bless them. How terrible that we're seeing a war of this kind in this day and age. A peaceful country that has done nothing at all is being attacked, all for a man's ego. That's all it is. It's for his ego. It's very, very sad. I wanted to start out, first of all, with a prayer for Ukraine. Um, Before I started, what I'm getting from my spirit team is what I was shown is the Freemason symbol. It's so strange. I don't know anything really about Freemasons. I've heard about it here and there. My stepfather was a Freemason. I know it's just some kind of secret, religious organization, and he was a Freemason, so I know the symbol. I've seen it. I don't really understand a lot about it, but what I did was when I was speaking with my guides and I asked them, what does everybody need to know? What can I tell everybody? What will bring peace? And this is what they've shown me. So I just got on Google, I Googled Freemason, and this popped up, you guys. This is so beautiful and so important that I had to read it to y'all. Okay, so this is what popped up out of everything. This is the Paris Commune of 1871 Manifesto of the Freemasons. So it was published in April 1871, but it could also be relevant today. And the manifesto is liberty, equality, fraternity, solidarity. Masonry preaches peace among men, and in the same humanity proclaims the inviolability of human life. Masonry curses all war, and it wails over civil war. It has the duty and the right to come among you and say, in the name of humanity, in the name of fraternity, in the name of devastated fatherland, stop this spilling of blood. We ask this of you. We beg you to hear our appeal. We don't come to you to dictate a program, for we rely upon your wisdom. We simply say to you, stop the spilling of precious blood that flows on both sides and lay down the basis for a definitive peace that will be the dawn of a new future. Isn't that wonderful? That is really, really beautiful. So I'd like to say a prayer after saying that. We pray that the Ukrainian people will be safe and protected from this war, and that it will end peacefully and quickly. God bless the Ukraine and all the peace-loving people on this earth. Amen. And I have a candle here that I lit for the Ukrainian people right beside me here. I don't know if you guys have been listening to things like TikTok and Twitter and all that. There's a lot of Russian people that are on there, and they stand in solidarity with the Ukrainian people. They're brothers, and you have to think that how could the military men not feel like that they're just killing their brothers? It's really, really sad. Okay. So this is what I'm getting from spirit when I'm asking about Russia and Ukraine. Russia is on the precipice of a revolution. They really are. And there are some military that, don't support Putin. And what they're showing me is, they don't want to kill innocent people. Um, So the way that they revolt is, they don't do exactly as they're told. You know what I mean? They don't want to be, singled out to, say, I'm not gonna do it. They're not gonna stand before their own military and say, "We're not gonna, kill the Ukrainians. We're not gonna do as we're ordered." But they're gonna do some small little things. You know what I mean? They're not going to, target, you know, s the civilians. They're not gonna do exactly as they're told, but it's not going to be something that you can really pinpoint. They can say, "Well, we couldn't do this because of this." You know what I mean? I'm seeing that they don't want their identity known. That's what I'm seeing. They don't wanna stand out. So it's not like they're gonna stand up and they're not gonna have a uprising and try to defeat, Putin that way. It's more of, it's more quiet. I don't know. And I see the way they're showing me is I see a hat that's pushed down over the face. You can't see their face. So they don't want to be identified. They don't want to stand out. There's a general also that's very opposed to this war. So it's not only just the ground crew, it's general. I see a general, so I don't know how many is feeling the same way he is, but he doesn't want to do this. I'm seeing that Ukraine will get some help from offshore. I What they're showing me is they're going to get some love. They're going to get some love from the offshore. So there's a ship there. I see a ship, and it has fighter jets on it. It's an aircraft carrier jet. It's offshore there. I don't know if I don't know if there's anything in position. Maybe you can Google it. Maybe you can find out. I don't know, but that's what I'm being shown, that there is aircraft carrier ships right offshore. I don't know I don't know what country this is from, or maybe it's they call it NATO, but it's got to be from some country. It kind of looks like it's the United States, but I know the United States said they don't want to go to war. They don't want to be, they don't want to start World War III. That's what, but it kind of looks like an American aircraft carrier. It doesn't mean it's American, but how would I know what the difference is? I don't see a flag or anything. I just see the men standing there with the flag for the jet to come in, that he's, signaling the jet to come in. But that's good. They have what they need supporting them. So that's good. That's good. Okay. So let's take a look. I'm going to pull some cards, and I'm going to see if Putin is going to be successful in, you know, overtaking the Ukraine, overtaking Ukraine. So let's see. I already pulled some cards, y'all. I laid them out right here. I'm just pulling them apart a little bit. So I shuffled the deck and I asked this question: will Putin be successful, you know, taking over Ukraine? Which we know we all are hoping that's not true. This is the first card, Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. This is a lot of things going on all at once. There's a lot of energy there right now, and we can see that. We can see things are happening really, really quickly. But um, this is going to change everything. There's a new beginning coming. There's a big change. So it could be, that doesn't mean that it's a big change that Putin's going to take over or anything like that. That just means right now there's big changes being made. There's a lot of things going on, and it's not going to take long. Things are going to be over. So I don't think this is going to go on and on and on. Everything's going to happen really quickly. Okay. So, we've seen, look at Afghanistan. We're in that war forever and ever and ever. Finally got out. This isn't going to be like that. this change is gonna all the things that happen in the Ukraine and with Putin, it's gonna happen quick. Things are gonna happen really quick. And look at this. This is the Eight of Cups. You know, Putin might just give up and walk away. That's what this is about. You can see this guy's walking away. So, you know, now when I say give up, I might say he may decide to change tactics. You know what I mean? Because what he wants is what he wants. He wants Ukraine back in Russia's control. That's what he wants. So he may decide to try a different tactic if this war isn't working. So he may walk away from the war and what he's doing right now and change tactics. I don't think that means he's going to change what he wants, but he may find out it's not working. Yeah, that's what this is. Not working. The moon, illusion, delusion. So things aren't going as Putin has planned, right? Um, and the truth is going to come out, you guys. And that I think that may be that they're the people aren't backing him up, and I feel like the military isn't backing him up either. So we may hear about this later on. Some truth of this is going to come out, why they were unsuccessful. I mean, surely they can overtake that country really easily if they wanted to. There is some resistance within the military. That's what I'm feeling. um, Orders aren't being completely followed. Okay. So it may look like they're following orders, but they're really not. Kind of like when a boxer throws a fight, you know what I mean? Like he acts like he's really trying to win the fight, but then he goes down for the count. Kind of like that. The next card that I pull is a Knight of Pentacles. Putin is a soldier, and him walking away, that's just a pause. You know what I mean? Like, this I'm not going to do it this way, or I'm going to try a different tactic, or I'm going to come back and do it again later on. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what this is. He's not thinking I'm going to just forget about it, because he's not going to forget about it. But, even though what he wants to do, that doesn't mean it's going to come to fruition. That's just what he really wants. Um, So I think that's what this is. He's going to pause. He'll pause the war, thinking that maybe he'll let Ukraine like surrender to him or something like that. You know what I mean? Um, but it'll just be a pause. In his mind, it's a pause, but then things happen. I think some other things will happen to stop it from ever happening again. Okay. So will he be successful? No. He's not. He's going to stop. The war's going to stop. And I don't believe he'll be successful in taking Ukraine. But he's just delaying his plans. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean he's going to give up. He's not going to give up. Okay. The next thing that I wanted to ask Spirit was about Putin retaining his power in Russia. I remember listening to Linda G, and she has always said that Putin was going down. She's been saying that I think for the last few years that Putin is on his way out, and I think she's correct. I really do. But we'll take a look at it and see what the cards say here. I think she's correct though. Will Putin retain his power in Russia? This is the Temperance card. This is the Angel of Peace overlooking the whole situation. This is a good card. This is good to know. This is keeping the people calm, keeping the peace with the people, because they're demonstrating and everything, and they're getting all worked up. And what's happening is they're getting arrested by the thousands. So the angel of peace is really there trying to keep the people calm, so that thousands more won't get it. Where are they keeping these people? How can they arrest thousands of people? Where are they keeping them? I don't understand. And what happens to the people? What do they do with them? It's terrible. Four of Cups. Yeah, these people do not want Putin as their president. They don't want him. The Russians don't want him. They don't want him. They're done with him. They don't accept him as their president and they don't want him. And they didn't vote for him either. Ace of Swords. You know, the Ace of Swords, this sword can cut both ways. That's what it's known for. It can destroy and it can create. So I think that's in this situation, I feel like it will cut both ways. The Russian people are ready to release all these old beliefs. So that destroys the old and embrace the new, to put Russia on a new path for democracy, that they can, vote in their own selected president. So, yeah, that looks good. Yes, that's what they want to do. Two of Cups, exactly. Russia, or the people of Russia, want a leader that is fair, that is balanced, somebody that they chose, that they voted for, that reflects the thoughts, the desires of its citizens. They want a leader that they can respect and respects them. That's what this is saying. This is what I'm gathering from that. Okay, and if so, that would mean to me that Putin's days are numbered. They are numbered. But I pulled out one more card just for clarification on that, which I feel like it's pretty clear. But Page of Pentacles. The people of Russia will be able to see their dreams come true. This is a good news card. Uh, there is a new beginning coming soon for them. So I do feel that Putin is on his way out. Definitely. Definitely. So God bless the Russian people and just, you know, everybody pray for them and see everything turning out peacefully. Just, imagine that everything is going to work out okay. People are going to be safe. There are people they're in underground, they're in basements, they're in transit ways, and they're in Poland. A lot of people escape, but now they can't escape. So they're just kind of stuck wherever they are. They're stuck. Just see people uh, being okay, that everything's going to be okay, that they're safe. See people being safe, and just see in your mind all the tanks moving out of Ukraine. That's what we need to do. We need to just put that out there in the universe that Russia is leaving Ukraine in peace. You guys just see that in your mind and just keep thinking those thoughts and say it. Say, Russia's going to leave. Russia's going to leave them in peace. Russia is going to leave Ukraine in peace. They've done enough damage already. Okay. All right, you guys. So if you don't want to hear about my woes, you can tune out now. So I'm just going to tell y'all what's been going on with me the last few days. There's been a lot going on with us. Y'all know that my family had COVID. My sister, I think she may be still fighting COVID. She still is testing positive. She's the one that has leukemia. Uh, I don't know if she's still testing positive, but she was within a week ago or so. So prayers to her. She's really having a difficult time. She's very, very ill. And my mother, they thought she had COVID, but she said she always tested negative. So we don't know. She's a very secretive person, so it's kind of hard. Her husband did have COVID. It hit him really hard. He has Alzheimer's. He was very sick, but not sick enough to go to the hospital, but he did get very sick. And I think he may have been a little sicker than everybody knew. He ended up having to be taken to the hospital by ambulance, and he's been in the hospital for a week now. And they brought him home night before last night. Anyway, he wasn't even home 24 hours, and he fell on the floor and he couldn't get up, and My mother is 80 years old. She couldn't lift him. My sister is very sick. She has no strength. She couldn't lift him. And so they had to call the ambulance again, and now he's in the hospital again, and he's in intensive care. So he's very ill. He is, I think he's like 87 or 88 years old, something like that. But he's very ill, and it's a very sad situation for them. Very difficult, very hard. So we've been, praying for them and praying for my sister. They've just gone through a really rough time with everything. Okay. And we had a show last weekend. I was working, and it was good. Everything was good with that. So did y'all hear about AT&T? They decided they're dropping the 3G. It was coming and coming, and they said we no longer are going to have 3G. And when 5G was coming out, my husband was telling me a year ago, 14 months ago, right? It was Christmas time coming up, and he was telling me, I'm going to get you a 5G phone for Christmas. And I hate getting a new phone, y'all. I hate it. I hate change. I'm a Taurus and I can't stand change. And I was like, I don't want a new phone. I like my phone. I don't want to learn anything new. I just want to keep my phone, please. And he said, no, you've got to get this 5G because if you don't, your phone's going to be obsolete and you're going to have to buy a new phone anyway. So let's just go ahead and get you one now and you'll get used to it. I said, okay, fine. Buy me a new phone. 14 months ago, he got me this 5G Samsung A17, A71 phone. It is compatible with AT&T. It's on their list. It's supported by them on their list. If you go right now, go look at AT&T's list. It's, you know, it says it's a compatible phone, that we support this phone. Good. That's why we bought it, because it's a 5G phone and they support it. Well, a few days ago, this was Monday or Tuesday when it rolled out, and they said, I guess it was Tuesday, they turned my phone off. My phone no longer worked. And I was like, what the hell? Why I can't make a phone call? What's wrong with my phone? I can't make a phone call. Well, they turned it off. And we went a couple of days round and round talking to them. My husband called and called them, and they were like, "Yes, it is on the, on the list as one of the phones that are compatible with AT&T. Uh, yes, it's we support this phone, but we detect a 3G, and so we shut it off. So if your phone has a 3G antenna, even if it's 5G, and you're with AT&T, they shut your phone service off. How sucky is that? So they should have written that by each phone, make sure it doesn't have a 3G antenna because there's all different models. And this model that I got it on the open market instead of buying it from AT&T because AT&T pokes your eyes when you buy a phone from them. But we paid close to $400 for this phone. It's not like we got it really cheap, but I mean, they want for their new phones, they want, $800, $1,000 for a phone. It's so ridiculous. It's crazy. Anyway, we fought and fought and fought with them. Finally, I just said, okay, I'll just get a new phone. I'm just going to get one. I did all my research. I decided on what phone I wanted. I'm going to stay with the Samsung Galaxy. I'm going to get the A52. And, I mean, I did lots of research, y'all. I did like 2 hours comparison. And I said, this is the one I want. I think this is a good phone for me. It's a good price. It's on sale, $200 less. It's a perfect phone. And it's a $500 phone. And it's usually $700, but it was on sale. So I'm like, that's fine. Everything's good. I like that phone. Go to the AT&T store. They're out of stock. So they're out of stock, and she said, I'm gonna have to order one for you. And she's like, type, type, type in, type, type, type in. It was a man actually. He's typing, and he's like, the phone will come on March 3rd. And I'm like, I'm going out of town. I have to have my phone before then. I don't want that phone. I'll just go to another AT&T store and buy the phone outright. I don't want it. They're like, okay, fine. She just like shut her little thing. She's like, okay, no problem. And I said, you didn't order it, did you? And he was like, no, I didn't order it. It's not ordered. I said, are you sure it's not ordered? No, it's not ordered. And I'm like, okay, fine, that's good. So we went to another AT&T store a little ways down, and they didn't have it in stock either. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I called the next AT&T store and they said, "We have one in stock." I'm like, "Please save that phone for me. I'm going to come and buy it right now." So we were pretty close to that store. Zoom up to that store, get there. He gets the phone, starts doing it, and he's like, "Oh, you already bought one of these phones. You have a contract already for this phone. Here it is right here." And I'm like, "No, I didn't sign anything. I didn't sign anything. I didn't agree anything. I didn't pay. No money was exchanged. Nothing. Nothing." They're like, "Well, it's on here and there's nothing we can do about it." Uh, it's, you guys, it was such a mess, a mess. It took 5 hours, 5 hours to call and call and call different people from that store to the AT&T techs. And I know y'all are feeling my pain. You probably, some of y'all been through this. It was enormously painful. And we went through a couple of different guys there. I got the last man that helped us was smart. He was so savvy, he was so smart. He knew what to do, what questions to ask, and what to tell them. He pulled off our invoices off our account and read them to the person. And he said, "There is no phone on this account. There's nothing pending. There's nothing been charged. There's no sale for today. There's nothing. There is nothing here." So it was a glitch in their system somewhere. Ah, so he knew this number to call and he got, some tech support and they got it off. I don't know. They got it off our account. That it was internal, nobody could see it but them. So anyway, I got the phone after 5 hours. It was horrific. I mean, horrific. But I went days and days without a phone. It's so annoying. They shut my husband's phone down also. He has a Motorola phone, and they shut that down. But they put new SIM cards in his, and it's working. So I don't know. It's very, very, very painful. So and expensive. But that's my if you have a phone and it got shut down, it's because it's got a 3G antenna, even if it was 5G. And I told my husband, I just want an answer. I want to know why they shut my phone down. I kept asking him why, and nobody could tell me until this young man at the store, the third store that we went to, he said, "It's because you have a 3G antenna on this model." I'm like, "Oh." It seems like some techie guy could go in there and change the antenna and it would be a workable phone. It's a very good phone. It's only 14 months old. It's a great phone. I really liked it a lot. But all the Samsungs are you know, pretty close to each other. They keep coming out with new things and I don't know what's the bells and whistles. I don't really understand it. But as long as my phone works, I'm happy. I can make a call. I can, text. I'm happy. So that's what we've been doing. That's my big cry for the day. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We are going to be setting up for a Comic Con show in New Braunfels on Wednesday. It's a huge, huge show. Y'all have seen the Comic Con shows. So I will be very busy on Wednesday, but available Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday's the only day I'll be unavailable. So if you'd like to get a reading with me, you need any help, I'm also doing lots of healing sessions and getting very good feedback with that. So if you have somebody that you'd like me to include on with my healing session, I'm happy to do that for you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for praying for all the Ukrainian people. God bless them. You guys take care. Have a wonderful weekend. And hopefully y'all are staying warm. It's a little bit chilly here. We've gone through a few days of really cold. Heaters on right now. It's 39 degrees right now, not too bad, but it's been very, very cold. We went from one day we had 84 degrees and the next day we had 28 degrees. How crazy is that? Yeah, up and down. So you guys stay warm. I love you so much. Y'all take care. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys very soon. Good night and goodbye. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.